Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today I wanted to go over the downfall of America. Not the whole entire history, obviously, but just to let you know the state in which America is today. See, I came from Africa, all right? And when I was in Africa, I remember very vividly how much Africans used to praise America and how great the presidents were and how great the country is and how much they all want to come here. And I was among the lucky few who ended up coming here as a refugee. Yes, I did experience war and I did go to refugee camp, and that's how I ended up here. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that America has been led on this path and we are now seeing the downfall of an empire, for one, is not by coincidence. Okay. Two, this is all orchestrated. The people who have taken control of the United States government, they have another plan in mind. They have another goal. They have another project in which they're already, what do I say? They've already been working on for the past 75 plus years. With that being said, ladies and gents, people assume that Donald Trump is pretty much the one controlling the whole entire White House. And this right here is just a little tiny meme, obviously. And this pretty much depicts what Trump is doing and the role that Trump is playing in the White House. I just think it's funny because, like, when he gets on stage and then he has all these threats, especially for Iran, oh, we're going to do this the next day and then this and that. In my personal opinion, this is what I think, right? I genuinely think that Iran pays no minds to Donald Trump. Rather, they find him to be a joke, number one. Number two, they know he's not the one calling the shot. They know that. They know that people who are calling the shot are people like Benjamin Netanyahu, which is why you have Jared Kushner, who are literally sitting there talking about peace deals. And it's like, who picked Jared Kushner to be talking about what's what's the future for America? Who is he? Who elected him? Why is Donald Trump's son-in-law speaking for, the United States of America? Because the last time I checked, he wasn't on the ballot to be voted in, But, obviously, we understand Jared Kushner is buddy-buddy with the Zionists and so on and so forth. And so you get the whole idea as to why we don't believe that Donald Trump is the one that's in full control. In fact, during the peace talk, when J.D. Vance was there, there's rumors. Now, I don't know how to verify this. This came from Iran, actually. Professor Marandi. He is one of the guys who pretty much talks about what's going on in Iran and the situation that's going on. And he was actually there when when they were doing their peace talk. And he said every once in a while, J.D. Vance will go off to the side and talk on the phone, most likely to Benjamin Netanyahu, and keep him updated about the situation on the ground. And they obviously Benjamin Netanyahu decide what they should and shouldn't agree on, and so on and so forth. Although there's nothing to really back that up, do I believe in it? Yes. Why? Because we obviously got dragged into this war because of Israel. Every single time Trump wants to go ahead and sign a peace deal, Israel goes ahead and, well, attack Lebanon, and peace deal is no longer active. Now, Pam Bondi has also left the office. If you don't know who Pam Bondi is, she's pretty much the lady that was talking about the Dow and so on and so forth when she was being asked about the Epstein file. She couldn't handle the heat. She got fired, and now they're trying to put somebody new in position. And take a very educated guess as to exactly who's coming into power. Just watch.
The Attorney General of the United States. Pam Bondi is no longer the Attorney General of the United States, and there is a fast and furious search for a new one, and the rumored replacement at this point is Lee Zeldin, one of the biggest Zionists ever, one of the biggest Zionists potentially slated to be the next Attorney General of the United States. Lee Zeldin is a Jewish Republican, widely recognized as a staunch supporter of Israel and proud Zionist. During his time in Congress, he co-chaired the House Republican Israel Caucus. What? I cannot believe there's a House Republican Israel Caucus.
You can't believe that? They literally have an office in the Pentagon. There's literally an office that works for the state of Israel in the Pentagon. When have you ever heard some shit like that? Imagine we say that China has an office in the Pentagon, or Russia, or North Korea, I mean, you will rip your fucking hair out. You'll be like, what the fuck are they doing there? The most important location in America, embedded in the office. So this doesn't surprise me.
And every single one of those members should be tried for treason. Could you imagine a House Republican China caucus? But in Israel, one is totally fine. And he led efforts against the BDS movement. He introduced the Israel Anti-Boycott Act, making it illegal in this country to boycott Israel. That is the potential next Attorney General of the United States. This here is a graphic of members of Congress. See that sea of red? That's everyone who's been bought off by AIPAC.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you want to know where the e-file is? You want to know who's on the e-file? There you go. They're right there, right in front of your own eyes. For decades, we've been told that Satanists, they like to put the best place to hide something is right in front of you. That's the best place to hide it. And so we like to blabber about this idea of, oh, when are they going to release the e-file? When are they going to release the e-file? Why is Pam Bondi not releasing the e-file? Blah, 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 blah. First of all, y'all ain't going to do shit if the e-file gets released. We know that for a fact because, I mean, look what has been released. It should be enough information to just be like, all right, let's burn the whole shit down. Not that I'm calling for that, but I'm just saying it's pretty freaking damning. And then on top of that, you have all these people who have taken money from a foreign government. And you expect these people to actually have your own well-being in mind. School sucks. Food sucks. Gas prices are rising. People can't even afford the basic means of living. You want to know why? Because these people right here have another country in mind, another state in mind.
Look at the very few splotches of blue. Those are the ones who have not been bought off by AIPAC, but you can see the vast majority of our politicians have been bought off, which is why we can't have nice things. So the next time you think America the beautiful, America the great, America the brave is for the people, by the people, of the people, think again, because clearly it is of Israel, by Israel, for Israel, and we're doing anything and everything, including wage war after war after war, and killing children on behalf of Israel.
Pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much. And that's because your country has been completely taken over. And then obviously Trump likes to blab around about the idea that the Strait of Hormuz is open. And it's like, we aren't reopening shit, bro. I mean, this is how they're treating Trump. You know, Benjamin Netanyahu has completely destroyed the image of America all over the world. And this is orchestrated. This is on purpose. You guys think that they're doing this, they're not aware. They know what they're doing. They are fully aware of what they're doing. How do I know that? Because rather than this being Trump, it should have been Benjamin Netanyahu right here. Because he's the one calling the shot. Tucker Carlson mentioned it. When Benjamin Netanyahu came and visited the office, he sat in the situation room with one of his Zionist buddy next to him, and he was at the head of the table. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, our so-called president who's calling the shot, was on the side listening to what they're going to do next. Let that sink in, ladies and gents. And then, of course, I came across this video right here. So this guy right here is whom we call iShow Speed. If you don't know who iShow Speed is, he is pretty much a streamer that goes all over the world, you know, streaming his adventure. And don't get me wrong, fantastic job. That's not my point. My whole point is that this right, long way. All right, he has come a very, very long way. That video is pretty much related to this right here. Just a few months or years ago, majority of Americans didn't even know who the fuck Erika Kirk was. Nobody knew who she was. And then, of course, Charlie Kirk got. Okay? And then all of a sudden, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know who she was. She just came out of the blue. I didn't know Charlie Kirk was married. I didn't know he had kids, because that was none of my business. I don't care about his private life. I don't care about his family business. And then once he got, all of a sudden...
Please welcome Turning Point USA CEO and Chair, Erika Kirk.
I mean, this is the state of America, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind, she's a widow, by the way. Her husband just got not a year ago. It has not been a year yet. And so, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I genuinely believe these two clips right here, it's the same vibe. A streamer, somebody who was a nobody, became a streamer, getting millions of views, and now is in front of millions wrestling, even though he did not grow up wrestling, even though he was somebody who did not go to practice and so on and so forth to become a pro wrestler. And then all of a sudden, we see him in front of everybody. Same thing with Erika Kirk. I didn't know who she was. The majority of Americans had no idea who she was. Her husband got. And then all of a sudden, she's being plastered all over the social media. She's being plastered in front of everybody. So much so she's like, the rumor now is that she may be the next vice president next to JD Vance. Now, here's another rumor. Now, this is just, something that people came up with. They're not really sure that it will happen, but they're saying that this is most likely what's going to happen. Is that obviously when Donald Trump presidency is over, JD Vance is going to get voted in, and then he may get Charlie Kirk, and then she may come into position without being voted in. That's the rumor. Am I saying that's what's going to happen? Honestly, I don't know. Based off of her action, based off of the way she's treating her husband, being got in front of millions, perhaps billions of human beings on the planet, and this is the way she was she's been acting like this. She was acting like this like what, a month after, just doing freaking confettis and shit, like coming in with So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, same vibe. And then of course, Iran went ahead and released one of their Lego music video for her. So LMFAO, this is the time. LMFAO. This time they cooked Erika Kirk. Let's see what they have to say.
Hey y'all, this one's for the timeline.
If this gets played, if my video is not able to be uploaded, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this side out. But I'm gonna just go ahead and let you know this is the video that I'm reacting to. If you want to watch it, if it's not part of the cut. So just keep that in mind, because I don't know exactly what YouTube policy is when it comes to music in the background. I get it. This is AI, but you know how these people are.
Who was tired of the perfect wife show? Charlie at the preaching, but we all kind of know. Secret nights with Benny, keeping it on the low. Mama spilled the tea, said the family man thing was just for show. Then that Utah night under those bright lights, one rooftop shot into Charlie's big fight. Goodbye, Charlie. Goodbye, Charlie. Ain't no widow tears, she's smiling oh so hearty. Goodbye, Charlie. Goodbye, Charlie. Now she's running TP USA, hugging on JD. Took over the org faster than you could blink. Changed the wheel, moved the cash, didn't miss a thing. Wrapped her arms round Vance, fingers through his hair. Whispered, you remind me of Charlie, honey, we all stare. She's crazy, she's wild, she's living her best life, while the internet's screaming Black Widow, that's right. Police said lone gunman, case closed real quick. But the conspiracies are thick and the rumors are slick. She's blowing on stage with the next big thing. Erika's crazy era, let the whole world sing. Goodbye, Charlie. Goodbye, Charlie. She's the new queen now, living wild and free. Goodbye, Charlie. Woo! Goodbye, Charlie. Erika's crazy era, sing it loud with me. Yeah, goodbye, Charlie. Goodbye, Charlie.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen. And then in the end, it says ponder, meaning think, in case you don't know what that means. Yeah, that's the state of America that we're living in today. It has become a complete joke. All right. It's nothing more than just a giant wrestling match. And the real orchestrators are behind the scene, pretty much keeping the masses occupied with whatever means necessary while they're busy genociding Palestinians and Iranians. Next up on the line is going to be the Turks. I said the Turkish, the Turks. And then right now they're Lebanon is on the list. Iran is on the list. So yeah, from here on forward, things are just going to get worse. If you think it's going to get better, that's not going to happen. Okay. Because these people's tentacles is too far, too deep into the government to where, talking about it, it's not going to really do much. You know what I'm saying? It will do a lot. Don't get me wrong. It will do a lot. It will wake up the masses. But in order for them to get the tentacles out of it, things will have to get a little messy is what I'm trying to say. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, video has gone on for a little too long now. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll catch you guys up in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.